You still don't have a ring, Jake pointed out as he pressed Brighton's hand between both of his. She stretched her hand toward the bedroom ceiling and splayed out her fingers in the moonlight filtering through the white wooden shutters. He reached up and traced her ring finger with his index finger. "Why didn't you pick something out at Lila's?" he asked. "Because," she said. He let his fingers trail down her wrist and arm. "I'm waiting for the end of that sentence." "Well, first of all, given our circumstances, it feels disingenuous to go around wearing a wedding ring." Brighton lowered her hand. "And if I were going to wear a wedding ring, I wouldn't just grab the first one I saw. Jewelry should have meaning. It should have a story or a secret that only the owner knows about." She flipped over to rest her head on his bare chest. "Like your watch." "Don't start with the watch again," he groaned. "I can't help it. Imagine all the places it must have been with its previous owner." She closed her eyes, envisioning Paris, Geneva, Manhattan, country weekends in the Berkshires and Martha's Vineyard, or maybe Napa and Carmel. He threaded his fingers through her hair. "Refresh my memory. Why do you work in insurance again?" "Because I'm a slave to common sense." She turned her face to press her lips against his warm skin. "I wasn't always, though. When I was a kid, I was absolutely convinced I was going to move to New York or LA. I was going to build my grandparents' jewelry business into a luxury brand. I was going to be the second coming of Harry Winston. I had it all planned out." He stacked his hands under his head, listening. "What happened?" "My grandparents died and the business went bust." She could feel the steady beat of his heart. "As much as I love making jewelry, I love eating and having a place to live more. The fact is, following dreams has an opportunity cost." "Not following them has an opportunity cost, too," he countered. "I notice you didn't dedicate your life to following your bliss." "How do you know?" He tried and failed to sound wounded. "Maybe I grew up dreaming of selling sand and pouring concrete. I love concrete. I'm emotionally invested in concrete." "Uh-huh." "It's true." She lifted her head so she could see his eyes. "And you're telling me that you devoted your entire adult life to making boatloads of money? But now you don't care if I try to take a big chunk of it in a divorce?" He shrugged. "I'll just make more." "You don't even have a reason to want all this money?" she pressed. "You just do it for the hell of it?" He nodded. She nestled back onto his chest and tried to process all this. "Either you're a liar or you're the shallowest person ever." He laughed. "You should feel sorry for me. I don't have a higher calling." "Boo-hoo. Dry your tears with crisp $100 bills." She nipped him lightly on the shoulder. "And I call BS that you don't have some secret passion. You have something." He started rubbing her lower back. "Nope, nothing." Brighton closed her eyes and tried to conjure the likely possibilities. Racing motorcycles, sailing around the globe, collecting antique fountain pens? His hands stilled. "What about me screams antique fountain pens?" "I don't know. Isn't that something indolent rich guys collect?" "Maybe the guy with the mustache from the Monopoly game." "Well, whatever." She nipped him again. "What's your poison, Sorensen? Confess. I know you have one." "I don't. I really am this shallow." He shifted under the sheets, propped his back against the padded headboard, and settled her onto his lap. "How did you learn to do metalwork if you never took classes?" Brighton knew he was deflecting and changing the subject again, but she couldn't resist the opportunity to reminisce. "My grandfather let me hang out and watch him when I was little. I started playing around with whatever scrap metal I could find." She smiled, remembering her earliest attempts at craftsmanship. "Old spoons and stuff. I once made some very avant-garde earrings out of a tangled-up slinky. I'm pretty sure they gave my sister tetanus, but they looked good." "One sister?" he asked. "Yes, it was me, my sister Kat, and my mother. Anyway, I started experimenting with different shapes and materials. My mom used to say I was like a magpie, stealing all the shiny stuff. I would look at the celebrity tabloids at the grocery store."